Hi, sausage. 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 Hi, sausage. Sausage. Hello, sausage. 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 Sausage, what are all these? What are all these, Ruby? Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Oh, itchy. Oh no, it appears that we have a ton of vacuums right here. What's up, guys? Intellitech Studios here, and welcome to the 10,000 subscriber edition of Vacuum Saved. This is an ultra mega deluxe edition of Vacuum Saved, at least for the most part. I have a few other machines that I could have included in this, but I didn't feel like bringing them down the stairs. Ugh, not what I meant to say, but you know what I mean. Because all my collection, both finished and unfinished in terms of cleanliness, is stored upstairs. Just all my vacuums are stored upstairs because the basement still floods. So I have to drag them up and down the stairs every time I want to grab something. So this was a process, trying to grab all these. Now, some of these were easier than others, but some of them not so much. So here's a mishmash of machines that I've acquired recently over the last month and... Ooh, I just bit my tongue. Over the last month and change. So, from left to right, we've got a small little Dirt Devil vibe stick vac. We've got a Dyson Ball Multifloor 2. We've got a Bosch Compact Plus canister. We've got a Dirt Devil Ultra MVP, a Hoover React, an NZ corded stick vac, a Dyson Ball Animal 2, a Eureka the Boss Pro, and a Bissell Heavy Duty, also known as the Bissell Healthy Home. So, good number of machines here for sure. And I would definitely say that if you're a fan of Dyson, Dirt Devil, Eureka, Bissell, all those sorts of brands, then I think you'll rather enjoy this episode for sure. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, we'll pretty much start with the NZ, because this is the least interesting, so let's get it over with. Now, this I actually got because a friend of mine, the same friend that used to grab a bunch of vacuums for me for this show, actually has a Amazon liquidation company now, and he got this in for about $10 brand new. I got it still sealed in the box when I got it. Box is still over there. And yeah, it's just a basic corded stick vac. It's kind of junky. These retail brand new for $70. It's kind of a junk little stick vac, but for $10 I figured, why not pick it up? So there's not much to say about it since it was acquired brand new. But I can't even find the edge of the Velcro to undo this, so we'll have to do that real quick. Not really much to say about this. It's very loud, it's very cheap, it's very obnoxious, it doesn't work that well. It's a stick vacuum with a cord, which is the dumbest idea I've ever seen in my life. And I blame Shark for that, for popularizing it with a rocket, which is a horrible vacuum that a lot of people buy for some reason. So yeah, this piece of garbage is, well, a piece of garbage. But hey, for $10, you can't really do any worse, especially brand new. And one thing that's nice is that the wand, the floor tool, all the attachments are an 1.25 inch fitting. So even if I want to throw the actual vacuum in the trash, I can still repurpose the rest of the accessories. So, that's a win. I will review this at some point. Alright, the next machine we got is rather interesting because it's a machine I've been wanting to add to my collection for quite a while. This is a Eureka the Boss Pro. Now, I'd always wanted to add one of these to the collection because one of my mom's best friends had one of these whenever I was little. She had one in blue and yellow, and I remember the vacuum very distinctly because, well, I remember her having it. I mean, it was bright. It was like a bright metallic blue with bright yellow accent, so it's kind of hard to miss it if it's in view. But yeah, so I had always wanted one of these because I just thought it looked cool, and it's kind of fun and quirky how like everything's on the wrong side, like the switch is on the wrong side, the hose is on the wrong side, all of that. So unfortunately the cord hook is busted, but that's not the end of the world. So I actually got this for $15. Oh, that cord clip is busted too. Got this for $15, and the people gave me a Dyson along with it, a DC-14, which you'll see that in the next Vacuum Saved episode. This brush roll looks really shot. It does turn, but you can see these bristles are just non-existent, so definitely needs a new brush roller. Although the bearings don't seem to be too horrible, but the bristles are just gone. So yeah, this desperately needs a new brush roller. And it does look like, other than the broken pieces, that they took good care of it. If we open up the bag door, we've got a bag in here. Style J. Pre-motor filter is in there. It's a little dusty, but nothing good cleaning can take care of. It's got a HEPA filter. Does this pop off? Yes, it does. It's got a HEPA filter. Ooh, yeah, that needs to be changed. But all just basic maintenance stuff so far. I haven't turned it on. Maybe the motor shot, but we'll see. Bit of dust on the inside there. That could do for a wash. But let's hope that this runs good, because for 15 bucks, if it runs good, even if it needs a brush roller and some filters, I could tolerate that. It also leans back for some reason. It sounds really good. It's actually not, it's not loud. It's actually pretty quiet. So that's pretty good. No complaints there. And even though the brush roll is like half gone, it still managed to groom and agitate pretty well, which is pretty interesting. So that's fun. We've got a little addition to the collection. Just needs some expendables and it's good to go. Yeah, it is missing the cord hook, but the cord hook is on the handle, as is this. I have another one of these sitting in the basement that has where like it's just completely dead, so I wonder if I could just swap the handle and then have that part. So if that's the case, then good to go. Good to go. So pretty happy about that. This handle feels cheap, but you know, what are you gonna do? I assume it's supposed to have attachments that fit in here and then a wand, I presume. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Let's see if we have, oh, trying to hit me. See if we have any suction. Oh yeah, I'm very happy with that. 15 bucks, I certainly can't complain. So yeah, I believe there's a sticker on here. Bloomington, Illinois. What a classic. Model 2272. Serial number is 03191, so that's 2003. Not bad for a 2003. Nice. So this would have been like Eureka's version of, I don't know, the Bissell Power Glide and the Hoover Wind Tunnel and all that. Sure, the Victory would have technically been a more competitor, but the Victory was a pretty bad platform. This appears to be the machine that is supposed to address a lot of the issues with the Victory, and yeah, it's rather nice. So happy to have this in the collection. So on to the next one. Alright, I know my channel has a lot of Bissell fans, so I'm sure you'll be happy to see this. A Bissell Heavy Duty, also known as a Bissell Healthy Home, just in a different color scheme. It has maximum power built to last, and some people point out the fact that I had one of these like 5 years ago, and I got rid of it because it was too heavy. I couldn't use it. The motor sounded like crap. It didn't work that well. I just wasn't happy with it. I sold it for like $10 or something ridiculous, and I just got rid of it. So hopefully this one runs. I don't see anything broken on it. It just looks dirty. It looks very dirty and gross. So let's see if this thing catches fire when I turn it on. Kind of sounds like a Dyson. Alright, let's see if we turn this on. It sounds a little funky, but it's honestly not that bad. I think with a little bit of cleaning and, well, mainly just a cleaning, I think this thing will handle itself pretty well. What? What? What do you want? Oh, okay. What? Okay, bye. Yeah, so this thing, heavy duty, as I said whenever I first got one of these, 5 years ago or however long it was, it's too heavy. Just pushing it, pulling it, it's not fun. It doesn't feel good. Even if this thing works really well, I don't know if I'm going to keep it, because if I want something that, is bulky and is just an absolute beast, but has decent cyclonic filtration and good suction and all that, and if I want something that fits those categories, I had a DC-17 or Kinetic or just any Dyson, really. You notice I got two right here. So, I mean, would you rather, be honest, would you rather use this at, what is this, 30 pounds? This thing has got to be at least 25 pounds, whereas this is 10 pounds lighter. They both clean carpets pretty well. They both have good cyclonic filtration. The build quality is better on this one, even though it feels flimsier. This one has more reach, longer cord. You get the idea, better warranty, better parts availability. There's not a lot going for this thing, other than just, it's a premium Bissell, which generally those two names are an oxymoron when they're fitted together. But, this would basically be like what eventually got replaced by the, like what is now the Surface Sense and the Pet Hair Eraser and all that stuff. The modern lift-offs. Then again, I guess there isn't really a lane for a vacuum like this anymore. Maybe the last time that we had something sort of like this was maybe the Pure Pro, I don't know. But, hey, it's a Bissell, so it'll clean up just fine. I'm sure I can still get the filters and stuff for it. So yeah, it'll be a fun little project. And this will probably get sold, but because of how heavy it is, I'm probably only going to sell it locally, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get away with trying to cram this into a 10-pound box. So, yeah. But hey, you will see it on the channel again, because it isn't too far gone. It definitely has potential, unless it just completely blows up, in which case I'll probably do a video on how it completely blew up. So, for the $14.99 I paid for it, which is honestly too much. But hey, you know, for the $14.99 I paid for it, I'd say it's worth it. And hey, to your average person, if they were buying this, you know, I could totally see someone be like, okay, it has the extension wand, it has the crevice tool, it's missing both of the brushes, but you know, those are easy enough to get replacements. You know, $15, wipe the thing down with disinfecting wipe, clean some hair out of the brush, and you're good to go for the most part. It probably smells bad. Actually, it didn't really smell bad. Let me run it a bit more. Let's see. I'm just curious. I'm sure this HEPA filter is shot as well, because I doubt they ever changed it. Come on. Yep, I can smell it now. It's starting to smell. Although I can tell the smell isn't too bad because it took a couple seconds. Normally when you turn the vacuum on and it smells like dog or something, you'll get it instantly. So, yeah. That's the Bissell Heavy Duty / Healthy Home. I believe there's a sticker on the back, like there is on every Bissell. 93Z6. So this one's from 2012. Not bad. Decade-old machine. It's still running. You can see the spot for the brush. I think this had its own special brush. I don't think it is the same as all the other brushes, although I'm sure one of the normal brushes will work. We've got, yeah, a cute little crevice tool on the inside, and then obviously a turbo brush that is missing. So yeah, that's that. Those of you who love purple, I'm sure will be happy with this next one. This is the Dyson Ball Animal 2. What, as at least before the 3 released, was the latest generation flagship Dyson upright. So, pretty fun. This is the older model. This isn't the one that they currently offer, although they're the same model, UP20. This is the older style where the ball is actually colored and the cyclone is silver instead of purple. So the newer Animal 2s have a different cyclone and gray ball shell end caps for some reason. I'm not sure why they changed that. But yeah, so this is the OG Animal 2. I already did a video on this. It's missing the C-clip for the power head, but that's not the issue. The issue with this, I paid $35, I believe it was. It's either 30 or 35 for this on Facebook Marketplace. So with shipping and everything, it cost me about $50. So not too bad. The issue is that the internal wiring loom inside the ball right here is shorting out. So as a result, the power head will not stay on. And it's not the power head itself, although one of the screws is stripped on the power head. So I assume when I send this into Dyson, I'm sure they'll change that. But oh well. So yeah, that is not working, because again, that's short in it, but it still does have good suction. So all that is fine. There's not really any smell coming from it, and she did give me both the attachments with it, although I did take them off. I even got the turbo. The turbo's really dirty, but you know, free turbo, can't complain. So honestly, the attachments alone made it, you know, the attachments and the parts made it worth the $30. So, but after calling Dyson, I did confirm that this is under warranty. So after a bit of paperwork trying to get the warranty transferred and all that, and it working finally, I am now able to send this in and get it repaired under warranty, since that flaw with the wiring loom is covered under warranty, thankfully. So, which is good, because I would just fix it myself, but Dyson, to my knowledge, will not supply the parts, so, yeah. Which is fine. I mean, I guess, you know, I'll just send it to them, have them do it if they really want to, so that's what I'll do. I'll send it into them, and they'll do that and fix it up, and I presume they'll probably replace the power head since this screw is stripped on it. I'm not sure. If they don't, I could always just ride it out, and then whenever it breaks, get another one. And I think there was a kink in the hose somewhere. I don't know if they changed that. I don't really see the reason to, but I know on my last time I sent the Dyson and they changed the hose when it looked exactly like that. It didn't look to me like there was anything wrong with it, but they changed it anyways, so we'll see. Either way, I'm not concerned about the extra stuff. I mainly just want the wiring loom fixed, because everything else on this works fine, so there's not really anything else that's a problem, other than one of the screws being stripped out on the power head, but that always happens with these older power heads are kind of junk. Well, the power heads themselves aren't junk, it's just the screws that Dyson used are junk. And they strip out all the time, which is really frustrating, because this is otherwise a really nice power head, but the fact the screws stripped out is pretty much the reason why, if you have one of these, you probably want to upgrade to the Animal 3. Although I'm sure if you've already had to replace that cleaner head a couple times, I'm sure most people will be like, I'm done with Dyson, which is understandable. So, hose and all that works, no real issues there. Everything's all purple and all that. I really hope that if they do change any of these parts, that it's actually the purple or silver and not red, because I think everything is back to being the red accent color now, which is kind of annoying when you have a multi-floor or an Animal 2, because like Dyson tried to get away from using red as an accent color, and now they're back to doing it, so I think all the parts fit that as well, but I could be wrong. Last I checked, Dyson does still have purple and silver parts for the Animal 2, so hopefully if I do get that clip, hopefully they have it in stock. I mean, worst case scenario, even if that clip isn't covered under warranty, I know they're like $2, so if they call me and they're like, hey, you gotta give us $2, I'll be like, whatever, it's fine, do it. Because I don't know if losing the clip is covered under warranty, but they're super cheap, so I'm not worried about that. So yeah, either way, this Dyson is going to get fixed under warranty, which is nice. I heard some people in the comments said that wouldn't happen, but we will see. I'll send it out probably Monday. Haven't had a chance to do it yet. And I got to send my 41 back to get the hose fixed on it again anyways, so I'll just ship them both at the same time. They're going to the same service center, so yeah, that's pretty much that. So, Ball Animal 2, $30, Facebook Marketplace find. Bad wiring loom, but it will get fixed under warranty. Because it won't be much longer, but for now, most, if not all, of the Animal 2s and Multi-Floor 2s are still under warranty. Most, if not all of them. Obviously depends on when it was made. This one is a 2019, I believe. This will focus. Come on. Yeah, March 2019. So this one is under warranty. And surprisingly, nothing in the bin's broken, so that's good. Pretty good. Alright, next we've got the latest vacuum devil's hellspawn from TTI. This is the Hoover React. Now, this one actually I did not go out of my way to acquire. This I got from a customer that contacted me and said that they had a vacuum that wasn't working, and they had bought a vacuum from me previously, and they wanted to see if I could look at it and see how much it'd be to fix it. So I did just that. They bought it at a yard sale, as you can tell from the $10 sticker, and basically they, well, got it, and the brush roller wasn't working. The issue is that the brush roller is completely melted. So if we look, you can see right there, it's snapped clean off. The bearing I already took this apart and looked at all this. The bearing on the inside had actually seized and melted, and instead of the safety shut off in the second motor kicking in like any good vacuum would do that has a second motor, or just otherwise a belt would break and the brush roll would just stall out, and then you could either put a bearing in it or fix it. This thing decided just to force itself to keep turning and turning and turning until eventually it just melted and snapped clean off. And Now, this would have been an easy fix, because all it needs is a brush roller and a bit of a cleaning, but Hoover, in their infinite wisdom, despite the fact this was a current model up until about a year ago, do not supply brush rollers anymore. I've looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find a brush roller for this machine. So, until I can find a brush roller, this machine is worthless, at least, other than the tools. So, that's unfortunate. So, this thing is out of commission because of a simple wear item like a brush roller. And this, again, further proving my point that TTI is just not really taking the Hoover brand seriously, or just any of their products seriously. And yet I still have people with a straight face tell me that they're better than Bissell and all that stuff when, yes, Bissells do sometimes have problems with melting their brush rollers, but on a Bissell, the belt would just break and the brush roller wouldn't actually seize itself, and you'd be able to get a belt and a brush roller for the Bissell. So, yeah, obviously Bissell has their own version of this now. It's called the Surface Sense, which I would like to get one. I probably should write Bissell and see if they'll send me one, but I doubt it. So, this Floor Sense, I actually contemplated buying one of these brand new when these were at Big Lots. I was going to pay like $200 for it. So, in retrospect, I'm glad I didn't, because had I bought one and had the brush roller melted like this, and TTI basically just told me to, just deal with it, I'd be very upset. So, an otherwise perfectly working vacuum rendered useless by a brush roller. And in case you don't believe how bad this is, allow me to observe. So yeah, that's, if anyone ordered a lawnmower, there it is. So, Hoover React, I ended up basically selling the person a Bissell PowerForce bagless. I actually ended up trading them a Bissell PowerForce for a Chromebook, which is funny. So, because they were selling a Chromebook for $30, I was selling the Bissell for $30, so we just traded. So that worked out. So, and I told them, I was like, hey, I'll hold on to this, and if a brush roller comes back in stock at any point, I'll let you know, and I'll give it back to you with the price of the brush roller plus a few bucks for installing it. It won't take me too long, and that'll be that. And they were like, yeah, I'm not worried about it. So I'll probably hold on to this for a bit longer, but if I can't find a brush roller for this, then I'm just gonna donate it and be done with it, because if you can't get a brush roll, then kind of worthless, isn't it? So yeah. Alright, so next we've got another one. This is a vacuum that I have got before. It's a Dirt Devil Ultra MVP. I don't even... Okay, I remember now. I picked this up from a restore in July. I forgot when it was. It was actually August, I think. It was sitting there for a while, because bagged vacuums in general just don't sell in my area. Even trying to give people bag vacuums for free, they're like, nope, I want bagless. So even that doesn't work. So no market for bagged machines in my town, at least, which means that I usually end up with all of them for the most part, unless I miss the ones that are thrown away. So let me open this up and see. Okay, it has a bag in it. It's very dirty, as you'd expect. Let's look at the brush. Ooh, the brush looks really good. Belt feels like it's slipping a bit. Brush roll looks really good. Wow, okay. Very impressed with that. And it has what appears to be a full set of attachments. Although, very dusty attachments. So, let's see what this does. Well, it runs fine, but it sounds like it's clogged. So, probably just a blockage somewhere in the machine, causing it to I hope that's not a burning smell. I hope that's just a dusty smell. So yeah, definitely do not want to run that any longer because, again, a little bit of a burning smell. I don't exactly want the motor to burn out on this thing. So hopefully this will be easy enough to fix up. And yeah, then I'll have another MVP. So this is definitely one of my favorite Dirt Devils. And the base on this one appears to be in much, not to jinx it, but it appears to be in much better condition than my other one. Because my other one was kind of like cracked all along here. This one appears to be okay. It even has the edge wedge, as they call it. So, a little squeaky, but some Tri-Flow will take care of that. So I finally got some Tri-Flow, thanks to the recommendation of another vacuum YouTuber whose name is slipping my mind. But yeah, so that is that. Dirt Devil Ultra MVP for 15 bucks, complete. Appears to be just clogged, so pretty interesting. What are you doing, mister? What are you doing? Hi. Alright. So, that is that. Hi, boobs. What you doing? Where are you going? Yeah. I just got a new shoe rack. But I haven't assembled it yet, but even without it being assembled, it works very well. So that's fun. Alright, so next we've got this little Dirt Devil, since we're on the topic of Dirt Devil. Although this one's not running. So I already tried this, and it doesn't run at all, so there's no point in plugging it in. It's a brand new Dirt Devil Vibe. But yeah, so basically my friend at the same shop gave me this and said, oh, you can have it, you can look at it, do whatever, because it doesn't work. And these bristles are very soft. Obviously it's designed for bare floors and whatnot. So if you look at this, this is 2021. So this thing is brand new still, and it just doesn't turn on. So again, TTI quality. New dustbin, all that. Again, no miles on this thing whatsoever. From what I can tell, no miles at all. And it is dead. Out of the box, just dead. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. I know if I call Dirt Devil, they're just going to tell me, oh, well, you can just suck it, or you can get, quarter off of a machine that's already overpriced to begin with. So this will probably just go in the trash. It's obviously not worth fixing, because these brand new are $50 and they're already overpriced at $50. These really should be like, $25. Literally charging double what they're worth. The equivalent Bissell is $30. The equivalent Eureka is $30. So, just a basic stick vac with a cheap motorized brush roll. But hey, is what it is. Next we've got this little Bosch canister, which is unfortunately missing all of the filters and bag and everything. It's missing the filter up here, it's missing the filter in here, and it appears it was donated because the bag dock is held in by these two little nubs of plastic on either side, and both sides are snapped clean off. And you can see one of the little nubs still in here, which I'm gonna have to find a way to get out. Okay, well that just popped out. So, and the other one isn't in here. So that is that. So We've got that. I did order a replacement bag dock, but I don't know where I put it, unfortunately. And I don't have bags for this yet, anyways. Type G bags are rather expensive if you try to go genuine, because they're all coming from the UK. EnviroCare generics are pretty cheap, though, so it seems like that's going to be my only option. If anyone knows any better options for Bosch Type G bags before I pull the trigger, let me know. Because I would like to get some nicer quality bags for this. But yeah, so it needs this filter, and of course it needs a bag, and I already replaced the dock. It does have the two wands, they're just in another room, but it has the hose, has both the wands, and it has the floor tool, so it doesn't have any of the smaller attachments, but I found out that this is, it's not 32 millimeter, I believe it's 35, don't quote me on that. The point is, it's the same size that the Shark vacuums use. So if you have any Shark attachments, like if I grab off my table, Shark attachments do fit on this. So you can see we can use Shark attachments on the Bosch. So that's pretty fun. So it seems like if you want to share attachments and you have one of these old Bosches, you could pair it with a Shark. I don't know why you'd buy a Shark when you have a Bosch, but you know. Maybe get one of the lower end Sharks that does really good on carpets but not good on bare floors, and use this for your bare floors. That'd work. Just clips on. Adjustable suction, minimum to maximum, so that's fun. This was also 15 bucks, and it's very orange and very adorable. So, big fan of this so far. Very quiet, even though it doesn't have a bag or anything in it. So, it seems like they didn't run it without anything. Listen on the minimum mode how quiet this is. So this thing is very cool, and I'm definitely a big fan of it. So I'm going to get the appropriate bags. Again, if anyone has any better recommendations other than the EnviroCare, because I don't really want to pay $40 for a pack of 5 bags for a machine that I'm not going to use often enough to justify it. I am going to clean all this wax off and give it an otherwise good clean. Install the new bag dock with the bags, install the filters, and we should be good to go. So, adorable little $15 orange Bosch. Good to go. So that is another episode of Vacuum Saved. We've got Dirt Devil, Bissell, Eureka, Bosch, Dyson, and a bunch of others. Well, mainly that's it. So, this was Intellitech Studios signing out with another episode. See you guys in the next Vacuum Saved. There will be another one after this, if not 2. And peace. Thank you all for 10,000 subscribers. Pretty cool.